What up? What up? Episode 8 of Hollywood Heat coming at you. It's just Cam and Cantley today. Our friend Malik is missing.
He's at a wedding. This is
Wedding.
wedding season.
It is, yeah, good for him. Whatever,
Wedding
we weren't
season.
invited to the wedding. It's fine, we're moving on. But it's been a while since we've had everyone all together.
It has been.
As the last episode, so.
Yeah, I know. We keep flip-flopping places.
I know, yeah. So it's just us two. Anything been on your agenda? Anything good you've been watching? Hit me with it.
As you know, I'm the guy with the crystal ball when it comes to sports. So I've been heavy in the college football and stuff. The NFL starts today, but no, I think you started Clickbait. I finished it. So we do need to do a recap though next time of what you think of the ending of it, because the ending is like don't expect it. You don't expect it.
Yes, I'm like an episode and a half in, and I don't know if every episode is like it focuses on a different character, which I think is really cool. Like the first one's like his sister, the second one is the detective, and that's as far as I got. So I don't know if that's all the way through, but I kind of like that setup because it draws the one story out without making it feel overdone, you know?
So I'm like not the fastest learner ever. But but actually it's funny you brought that up, because I didn't realize that pattern, like how every episode was somebody else, until probably like the third or fourth episode when it was like the brother.
It's
I was
literally
like, oh,
called the sister and the detective.
Yep, I literally did not catch that. I literally did not catch that till like episode 3. It's like the brother and it's like the reporter, and I'm like, oh shoot, like these are all different people.
Oh my, you 5 hours into the show, wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a second.
I'm onto something here.
I just realized I was like, this is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I like that. It's different. And speaking of like different shows, I don't believe you've watched this one, but I started watching the White Lotus. I haven't finished that one either. But that's another really, I mean, it's, it's about as original as a show can be, because at some point you start recycling all the same stories, but it's essentially like a murder mystery type comedy.
Is that only on HBO Max?
So I'm watching it on HBO Max. I think it might only be on that. Okay. I mean, that's the only place that I've seen it.
Okay.
But it has a really great cast, and something that I appreciate it is like the use of music to kind of like draw suspense, like, because the premise is it's like these 3 different parties, like families or guests in a hotel, and their stories start to overlap, and that someone died but you don't know anything else basically, and it's like when there are these times where everyone starts to mingle and the music kind of ramps up, and so you're like waiting for something to happen and then it won't, but it's like the use of music in it is really good. So
wait, let me get this right. I think if I understood you correct, is it like 3 stories that go together type?
Yeah, so it's like the 3 parties, there's one family.
Okay.
It's like a whole family of 5. And then there's one couple on their honeymoon, and then there's one girl who's just there on vacation by herself, and they're all staying at this resort in Hawaii. So it's like they all arrive together, so they have kind of a connection, but their stories are kind of separate. But since they're staying at the resort together, they overlap and everything, and they're all just characters, you know what I mean? Like there's not a normal person there. So it's just like, I think it's good. We love Jennifer Coolidge.
I gotta check this out, man, because apparently this whole cast has like females that are 10 out of 10s in Hollywood. So I'm just like, I gotta check this out now.
Listen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Hey, look, they come and go, but like it's actually kind of funny that you talk about having like their own original like type of idea, because I kind of thought that was the same like with Clickbait too, and like you really can only like recycle ideas so much. So whenever people put me onto things that are like originals, I'm like, like I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? That's how I felt, which I know we've both seen Malignant, the new horror movie.
Yes.
Honestly, that's how I felt about that, because it's like in the beginning, I thought I knew exactly what was happening. And then one like little twist comes and I was like, okay, I saw that twist coming. Like I'm on the same page, and then at the end it's like, oh mama, you wanted a real twist. And it's just, it comes and smacks you, and like it was one of those moments where it's like all the little pieces of the movie that felt like they didn't have any relevance in the beginning like all kind of fall into place, and it makes it really super impressive in my opinion. I don't know if you liked it, but I thought it was a great scary movie.
It's actually funny. I thought it was a great movie, and there were certain parts of it I was like, oh, so that's how that happened. Like that's what's going on. But and kind of going back to sequels and spinoffs and all that jazz. the guy, is it James Wan, who was the director?
Yeah, sounds from
So yeah, so I didn't realize till this movie came out that he was the one who made The Conjuring and the Saw and all that stuff. But people basically were dragging him because they were like, for the last probably 7-8 years, all the movies he was doing, they were like, just like, it was like Aquaman, which, I mean, there's already that's already out there, like the Fast Seven and all that jazz, like it's already out there. So people were like, this dude hasn't done anything since The Conjuring in like 2013. So I thought, even like for his sake, to have this original idea that was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was impressive. But people did say that, I guess, certain elements of this movie came from a Stephen King book, which it's like The Dark Half or something, which I've never seen or read. So I thought that was kind of cool.
It definitely seems like a Stephen King kind of story, and also that title makes a lot of sense given the plot of the movie. So I would not be surprised at all. I have seen it get a lot of smack on the internet, but I thought as far as like a scary movie goes, good twists, a good balance of jump scares and like, oh my god, that was disgusting, I have to look away, and also just good character arc. And you know what, at the root of it all, it's about the power of sisterhood.
That is facts.
So that, you know what, you sold me. That's all I gotta say about it.
I do say though, like, I have this issue with like watching scary movies, and like Lights Out was a scary movie where when you just see things like moving and like it looks like their bones are breaking, I'm just like, oh Lord, I can't watch that. I think the effect is so cool, but I cannot. I'm just like, like, and that was one. I was like, nah. Yeah,
and I think that's why, like, because obviously the thing in Malignant, not to like spoil too much, like moves in that way.
Yeah.
And then when you find out why, it added like a whole nother layer to it where I was like, wow, not only is that creepy, that's actually disgusting.
Yeah, it's like, that's kind of nasty.
It's like deeper than just a normal demon thing, like moving the way it does for this being scary.
And one of the things I was curious to, and I kind of wanted your opinion on, because obviously I can't speak too much on this issue, but do you think this movie kind of had a message of like dealing with like more so like women's mental health, like type deal? Like, did you kind of gather that, or like was it a thing of where you were just like, you didn't think much about it?
Yeah, there's definitely an element to that. I guess that's interesting. That wasn't like what stood out to me, anything more than like, calling someone with a mental disability crazy.
Right.
I mean, like that was kind of what it was. And I feel like, I don't know. I mean, it's like
kind of a toss up.
Yeah, because when you go into a movie with, like, you already have the idea that it's kind of like a paranormal aspect kind of thing. That's at least how I went into it.
Yeah.
And that kind of explains it to me. I believe in paranormal stuff. Like, I believe in ghosts. I believe in all that stuff. So I'm like, listen, if someone's being haunted, they're being haunted.
Wait till the Halloween episodes start hitting in October.
Oh my God. And okay, I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
Say what you will about it. I grew up in a haunted house. My childhood home, haunted as shit. And I used to have sleep paralysis. So when this movie started, I was like, I might have to get my therapist on the line because this feels a little bit too real right now. So I get what you're saying though, in that aspect where it's like, yeah, that's interesting about mental health. Yeah.
Some of those effects, like when she like can't move, like the wall, I'm just like, I'm just like, what is this?
Sleep paralysis is terrifying. Have you ever had it?
I have not.
Oh, it's literally, I don't know if you know like what it is outside of the movie.
Yeah.
It's literally just like you're having a dream that's playing out in front of you. Like it's in the room, you're in whatever position you're physically in. The dream is playing out around you and you can't wake up from it. So it's like, I used to have like really like, messed up dreams about people like being in my room and stuff. And it's like, you can't wake yourself up from it. So it's like, that idea is terrifying.
Watch, it's going to happen to me now.
Yeah.
I'm cursed. Yeah. I'm going to be cursed. This is the cursed episode. If you watch this is going to happen to you.
If you had to be haunted by anyone in your sleep paralysis, who would it be?
Like, can it be somebody in my day-to-day life?
Sure. Your choice. Your choice.
I don't know, because see, I already don't like 98% of people.
Word.
There's like 2% of people I do like. So if I could be haunted by anybody, it might be my best friend who we went on vacation together to California. Maybe it'll take me there and I can't wake up.
Oh,
I know. It's sweet. It's a sweet idea. I'll take it. I'll be haunted by him.
Oh, that's cute.
Who would you be haunted by if you had to pick?
I wasn't expecting that. I don't know. I was actually expecting like I don't know. I feel like I'd want like a celebrity crush to haunt me in my dreams.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
like a little like Florence Pugh moment. I don't know, like chopping onions, cooking up a
Hey,
nice stew in the corner.
it's gonna be one of those things where I just show up in your dream, and or you might show up in mine, and it's like,
I
oh,
know.
like,
If
what's
we get
Cam
to
doing
that
here?
point, woo, that's
What
why
is
I'm gonna
she?
have my therapist on the line.
It'll be me, you, and your therapist and your sleep paralysis.
Yeah,
It'll be all three
let's
of
go,
us.
girls. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
the last thing I did want to ask you about this movie was I felt like it was really kind of hit or miss for most people.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking at some of the like ratings and all that, I don't really pay those too much attention or like let those influence my opinion.
Yeah.
But it was almost like all fives or all ones. Like the two,
Yeah.
threes, and fours, it was like kind of slim to none, but it was like 5-1. So what would you rate it? What would you rate it on that scale?
See, so this is the thing, and I think it goes back to your, like, you know, where you're looking at it from a mental health aspect. Like, I went into it just wanting like a scary movie, you know what
Okay.
I mean? So from the standpoint of a scary movie, honestly, I'd give it like a 4.5.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a good scary movie.
It was fire. And actually
Yeah.
it's funny. There's been so many good like scary movies within like the last month that
Yeah,
because Candyman was another good one too. And
I haven't seen that.
oh my God. I
Yeah.
think with these two movies, it was funny because I had to go read things about them that I was like, I didn't think about
Yeah.
that when I was watching the movie. It's like the women's mental health thing was one for Malignant, and then
Look into that.
Candyman. There was like a lot when you like watch the interviews with, like Jordan Peele and stuff. They talk
Yeah.
about so much stuff. You're like, I didn't think about that when I was watching the movie.
Jordan Peele is a mastermind when it comes to stuff like that,
I
like
know.
hidden meanings in his movies and stuff.
I'm ready to go see Nope next year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. So is there anything else coming out that we should be looking out for?
Coming out, well, so now Marvel's back in full swing. We haven't talked about Shang-Chi at all.
We have
um
not.
I don't know if you guys have seen it. I really liked it. Talk about a beautiful movie. It is just like visually stunning. So yeah, if you I definitely recommend checking that one out. It's just good action. They really didn't say like leave anything on the table. It's like uh Captain America and the Winter Soldier level action with an added level of like martial arts and culture that was
Oh
just missing.
shoot.
And there's a dragon. There's a dragon in the movie. It's
I
it's
gotta I gotta go
it's
see this.
amazing.
I gotta make time to go see this.
Yes, it's a good movie.
I've always like, been a huge
So
fan of like karate movies and all that jazz. So I
that
think, yeah, so it might be up my
it
alley.
creates great action. I'll tell you that. So along the Marvel lines, you know, the Eternals is coming out in November, and we got the new Spider-Man movie coming out.
So ready for
Um,
that.
yeah, yeah, I'm very excited for that. The other movie that I just saw, so this is a recent release, was Free Guy. Free Guy was a phenomenal, just like really pulls on the heartstrings, but is also very Ryan Reynolds funny
Yeah.
movie.
Uh-huh.
And it's creative. It's like if you don't know the kind of idea of it, it's Ryan Reynolds is like an NPC in a GTA type game. So
Okay.
like he basically just lives to be like killed brutally and like robbed at gunpoint. But he starts like getting an awareness of the situation. It's just ridiculous. So that's a good movie. What else is coming out soon?
Well, I'm kind of excited, but not really excited for the Halloween movies that are coming out, or the
Yeah,
Halloween movie coming out like next month.
yeah.
I'm just like, how many more Michael Myers movies do we really need? But
They'll never stop.
I know being alone, it's like Halloween kills and then Halloween dies and Halloween ends. And I'm like, this is not the end. It's gonna be
Bro.
our kids are gonna see Michael Myers, our grandkids. So I'm like, it's never gonna end. It's just he's
No.
here forever. Maybe he'll be in our dream. Who knows?
That
He
sounds,
will.
yes.
He
I will
might
say
be.
the other movie that I just remember that's coming out is Dune, and I don't know much about it, but it looks really good. It has Zendaya in it, which is
Yeah.
new for everyone. That comes out in October.
A
So
guy from work told me that was coming out. He showed me the trailer, so I was like, this actually looks kind of sweet. So
yeah, I mean there's sand. Jason Momoa is in it.
it's a good enough reason.
That's basically all you need.
It's a
And
perfect
Zendaya
reason.
with glowing eyes.
Zendaya with glowing eyes, as if she doesn't glow already. She already glows.
Yeah, outside of her natural glow.
Yeah, outside of our natural. I mean, we have the best glow. I think though. I would have to say we have the best
Look
glow.
at the way the light's hitting your face right now.
I should have worn my do rag to let my waves get the glow.
Yeah.
But
Get
maybe
that,
I'll make the do rag
windy
movie.
energy back. You can't let it
I need it back.
be.
Well, all right. So I'm assuming that's all that's really out right now. I mean, like I said, it sounds like plenty is coming out though in the next couple weeks, couple months.
Yeah.
So full slate for sure.
Yeah, a lot of good shows out too. I feel like we almost hit a lull where I was kind of like, oh, I don't know what shows are coming out. And I feel like we got a lot all of a sudden.
Yeah,
So,
I know. I feel like I just got on my streamings one day and I was like, oh my God, like what is this? All these shows. I'm like, so fantastic. There's plenty to watch. Well, it's Cam and Cantley again. It's like I said, I don't know. Malik, we miss you, man. We miss your presence on here.
Have fun at the wedding.
I know. Have fun at the wedding. Maybe one day I'll invite you.
Talking to him, he's not even here.
I know, yeah. He will see this though, because he's doing the edits for the video, so I think he will see it. So, yeah. Well, all right, everybody. This is episode 8 of Hollywood Heat. Cam and Cantley. I'm just the co-host for this episode, so this is all you. So.
Oh, work. Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for tuning in to our special edition. We appreciate it, and we'll see you in a bit.
Yep, and make sure you guys subscribe and follow on everything, and we'll see you guys on the next one.